Okay, welcome to the video, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. In this one, going to be showing you the A-20. The A-20, guys, not the best tank in my opinion. I mean, the gun is really bad on it, but you know, my father plays a lot of World of Tanks too, and he started going down the Russian line. So I told him, you know, I'll get the A-20 again because it's something that I kind of wanted to mark, but I just moved right through it because I wanted to get to the MT-25, and really, guys, I mean, there's good reason why I did not continue to go and play the A-20, just because, like, it's a good tank, guys, but just the gun is just trash on it, really, for a lack of better way of describing it. I mean, really the only option you have is I think it's like the 45 millimeter or whatever, and you have to shoot gold because you have 75 millimeters of penetration with the regular ammo. Why that's okay for like an M7 or something like that, or like a paper TD, really when you're facing anything that has armor, you have to load gold. So, you know, while I don't mind doing that, you know, I'd rather not be a gold spammer because, you know, everyone just hates you for that. But in any case, guys, it's got great DPM if you shoot gold. I run the low noise exhaust on it. You could see here while I'm talking, guys, that the M7 got tracked and we absolutely annihilated him. I'm loading gold here now to go after the side of the AT2. But anyway, guys, about this tank, I just really wanted to touch on it because it's something that you don't see a lot of people playing, and that's really why. I mean, there's so many gun options, and I think people just, you know, go right through it because they want to get to the MT25, the LTG, etc. And you know, they do skip over this thing, but you know, it's reasonable to want to do that, right? But if you do have the 45 millimeter, guys, the top gun on it, it's a tier 4 gun, and you load gold, you know, the tank, other than that, it's, you know, it's good. Like, it has really good mobility actually, and the concealment is quite average. I do run, like I said, low noise exhaust, which gives me about 26% concealment. And really, guys, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, this tank doesn't require many other things other than playing it like the MT25 and stuff like that. Like, it's very mobile. It's an active scout, so that's how I recommend you play it. Luckily, we like the 60G here on fire, and this game was just insane, guys. Like, the amount of damage I did, and RNG was just being so easy with me on this game. I mean, it was incredible. It was blessing me, guys, right? So we light that guy on fire. We're at 1100 damage, 1600 spawning damage, and this is already an amazing game for this tank. I want to say the expected values, you know, in regards to W&8 and damage, if you look at XVM, the expected damage for this tank is like, I don't even think it's 300. I think it's like high 200s or something like that. It's god awful because the tank is that bad, you know, with in terms of gun, or I should say firepower, and you know, really, people just don't do a lot of damage in it because you can't pen shit, basically. So we're gonna go after the ELC, and how this guy didn't spot me earlier, guys, I have no idea. He must have been in this bush line the entire time, but we're gonna run circles around him. Basically, he misses that shot, luckily, and it looked like he has the tank 2 marked. So I don't know, I was just really surprised that, you know, he was in there and didn't even spot me, you know, for whatever reason. But it is what it is, guys. Again, I was lucky. This whole game, RNG was just going my way. Everything was perfect, and we're at 1400 damage, guys, 1700 spotting. So we spot the AMX-13. I'm going to stop right in the middle here and just, you know, put shots into this guy. And really, you'll see, like, a lot of these hit, and we're doing even more damage. And this gun isn't super accurate, but like, I'm hitting all these. I mean, this is just incredible, guys. This game was just so good. We take a shot from the Wolverine there. Luckily, it didn't pen. It was only 153. He's shooting the HE gun. I put 2 shots into him here, and I keep moving. We take a shot from the AT2, and watch this one, guys. The AT2, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he basically goes over the side of the wall. As you'll see here, I'll speed it up a little bit to get to that. And luckily, guys, we're able to put like another 300 damage into this guy. So he falls off the side of the wall. He's completely upside down, guys. And now we're just going to basically take away all this guy's, the rest of his HP before he dies with that 30-second countdown, right, guys? When you flip over, you get the 30-second countdown. So before that happens, we put, it must have been what was it, like another 300 damage or something like that, because I think we put a couple shots into him earlier, and we're at over 2,000 damage, guys. And in the A-20, this is insane, guys. Like I'm telling you, I mean, just to do 1,000 damage in this tank, I'm happy, guys. Wolverine hits me again. You know, that was a pretty good shot for him. I think he definitely hit me from behind that building because, you know, once he tracked me, I kept moving a little bit. But I decided to just put like 4 shots there just in case he did poke around to get another shot into me because I was tracked. M4 dies over there to the Wolverine, it looked like, or the M10. And really, guys, that's pretty much the game. I mean, we're going to go after the Panzer. I'm looking for shots on the Panzer, and luckily I think we do get one into him. I think one bounces. And, I mean, I said RNG was working well for me, guys, but that one was not necessarily great. We left him at 1 HP, but it is what it is. Now we're going to take shots at the Wolverine, and the Wolverine gets wrecked, and then the Stug appears, and, you know, I was really being not very careful in this situation. You know, the Stug was right there, and you know, he definitely could have taken a shot at me, but he doesn't. And that's the game, guys. I mean, it was that fast. We had 9 spots. We did 2,428 damage, 1,940 assist damage, and just an incredible game, guys. I have nothing to really say about it. There's no strategy behind this, really. Just the one thing I want to note is that once, did you see the bush that I went into at the beginning of the game, kind of up on the hill there, up on that little mound? That's a very, very good spot to go, guys. A lot of people like to drive in this bush line here, if you're looking at the map. And that's okay, but what I find is that because it's so long, you know, such a long bush line and stuff, all these bushes, like depending on, unless you get all the way to here, and you're on this spawn, you don't really spot anything because all the bushes are not see-through. So you can't really spot anything by sitting in there except for people that are like over here or like this way. So what I like to do, guys, is I come up, and I don't know if any other streamers do this. I kind of found this spot myself, but I bet a lot of other people do it, is I come up to this little hill, and then you have the elevation, and you can see people like through the bushes, but also, you know, it gets you up over that bush line so you can see over it, and your view range goes over the bushes so that you're not your view range isn't going through them, and so it's not obscured, really, is what I'm saying. So, you know, you can see we spotted a lot of people here, and I mean, just look at this game, guys. I mean, we were top tier, but this was just, for this tank, guys, this is the best game I've certainly ever played in this tank. It might be one of the best games I've ever played at tier 5. I mean, this was just an incredible game, you know, doing nearly 4,500 combined in a tier 5 light tank. So I do have the emplates, guys. Just give me a second to load them up. I do have to load them up in Paint. I don't know if you saw my last post. I'm going to post a T3485 video. So if you watch that one, for some reason my Photos app got messed up. But I do like having it in Paint now, guys, because I can draw on it. So this was a mastery, guys, as you can see here. And we got all these medals. I know one is high caliber. I think another one's like uh, is it Spartan or something? I don't know, guys. The only one I really know is High Caliber and Top Gun and stuff. So anyway, that's the High Caliber one, and we got these other 3. So we ended up getting 4 unique badges, guys, or medals, whatever you want to call them, and 2,428 damage, 3 kills, guys. 1,399 experience. So that's definitely a mastery, guys. Here again is our 4 badges. And if we look at some of the statistics here, we fired 62 shots, guys. The DPM on this tank is good, but the reload is just insane. It's 1.9 seconds, guys. So, I mean, just imagine the amount of shots you can get off in a long game such as this one. So, 49 direct hits, 41 pens, guys. Again, 2428 damage. And a lot of it was from, you know, a good amount of distance. And, you know, 1,972 assist damage, guys. So, this was basically like a 4,400 combined game, guys. I mean, just absolutely insane. And here you go for the coin. Luckily, we got 30K from a mission, and we made 68K total after all this stuff. It's 40K. That's like taxes, guys, right? Here's your taxes. Um, Really, guys, if we had premium, we would have made a little bit more and for the reserve stock. But honestly, in this tank, like I'm never expecting to make coin because you have to shoot a lot of gold, guys, to pen stuff, and it can be a nightmare. So 6 minutes, actually, what the battle was not that long, guys. But really, guys, I mean that's about it. Again, I have to emphasize, don't think that because you're not doing like 1,000 damage a game in this tank, if you're playing this tank, that you're bad. This tank just isn't that great, guys. All things considered, like I said, we'll take a look at some of the statistics. I have this selected, right? So I run optics, the low noise exhaust, and the binocs. And with that, I don't run rations because I don't want to lose. Like I said, you have to shoot so much gold in this tank already. Running rations would mean you're losing a lot of coin. But my view range, guys, over here is 461 with the binocs. So I want to say that's like what, 411 without the binocs? Or maybe I'm wrong with the way optics is calculated because binocs is 25%, but then optics is 10%. So is that counted? I'm not 100% sure, guys, because I don't think they stack, right? I'm not sure. But whatever it is, guys, it's in the 400s somewhere, and then 26.66, for my concealment, and that's with the low noise exhaust. So I think the low noise exhaust is pretty important, guys, for this tank because without the low noise exhaust, you're at maybe 20%. And I do have like 55% concealment over here on just one crew member. So I don't have a lot of concealment. Maybe if you run full concealment, you don't need a low noise exhaust, but I prefer it. I like my concealment to be at 25% or more with most light tanks. I think the one exception is like maybe the LTTB or something like that. That doesn't have great concealment. But let's take a look at the actual stats on this tank, guys, for the firepower. I mean, the rate of fire is insane, 31.58. I know that might be a little hard to see. The gun traverse is great, like the depression and stuff, that's Russian for you, -7, whatever. 1.63 aiming time though, and 0.35 dispersion. Like it's really not that bad. 1,737 for the DPM, and like, guys, I mean, 55 damage per shot. I just wanted to kind of go over, the base stats on this tank, guys, if you're at 100% crew, just to kind of emphasize its strengths, because really, like I said, the gun just lets this thing down so much. But you know, if you can get the max gun and you're gonna shoot gold, you can do well in this tank. Is really all I'm trying to say. 560 hit points is pretty high too. I think it's a decent HP pool for a tier 5 light tank. So there you have it, guys. And again, like I want to emphasize this tank is not great, so don't feel bad if you don't do well in it. But I want to go over the stats with you guys just so you can see where this tank is kind of shining. Use the DPM to your advantage is really what I'm trying to say, and just load gold if you have to do it. That's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one in the A-20, and I will see you for the next video. Bye bye.